Hey, welcome. Good morning, everybody. This is DeEtte Ranae here with School Through Spirit on WLTK Digital Radio. I missed you guys last week, just so you know. um, sorry, I had to say that. This show is a show that goes on usually every Monday morning, and it is a show that I explore different lives, their journeys, and how spirit has impacted it. Now, I do talk with a guest usually every week from different modalities of spirituality and others that have found that a spirit has really, truly just impacted their life. Now, each week I do usually start the week with a discussion and then we go on to our guest. Well, this week's discussion is going to be really, really short, if at all, only because I have Missy Hart coming in today. Oh my gosh, we love and adore Missy. I know you do because I know I do. And we're going to do readings today. So, this is what this discussion is going to be about, is telling you how this is going to work today. Okay. So basically, what is going to happen um, when Missy gets on, and we're just going to like talk, laugh, have a lot of fun. You're going to have to come on and comment because we're going to answer one word or one word questions. We're going to read your minds with one word. Just kidding. Um, we are going to do questions one question per person, and we're just going to kind of explore that. We might pull a card, we might just use the intuitive abilities, whatever it might be. Okay, basically is what this is about today. Okay, so what I want you to do is think about those questions. How can you find us? There's a lot of different ways here. So there's no excuses not to watch, enjoy, and kind of go with that. Okay. So basically, let's look at this. So you can go to the station, which is really important. Going to the station shows us where our numbers are at, who's watching, because we can't get it off of YouTube or Facebook and all those other places. But if you go straight to the station, because remember, this is an internet show, go to www.WLTK-DB.com and you can go right there. You can get it. I'm tongue tied. You can get it right off the live website. You can watch it, you can listen, you can do comments off there, the whole 10 yards. It's pretty spectacular. Okay. Or what you can do, you can go to Facebook because we're on Facebook and you can comment on Facebook and we'll get your questions there. You can go to Twitter, you can go to Twitch, you can go to YouTube. We are covering our bases everywhere we possibly can to have this convenient for you because what we want to reach you, we want to say, hey, we're here. Do you have any comments, concerns, whatever it be? Today would be questions, because we're doing a whole lot on just psychic readings. And you know what, I'm going to keep Nessie to the end of the hour or to the end of the 2 hours. I'm going to keep her right up until 11 o'clock Central Standard Time. Why? Because she rocks. I love her. Um, and it's just going to be a fabulous show. So make sure you come on in, make sure you comment, make sure you ask those questions, okay? Because we're going to get to as many as we possibly can. Okay, so and just remember, if you don't see, because I don't know about you, but I know I do this when I'm watching other psychics or mediums online and I'm watching the questions come in and you're looking where your name is in the list. Remember, we have people commenting from all different locations. So yeah, your name may be up on the Facebook list, but trust me, we got YouTube ones coming, every place else coming in. So we're just going as fast as we can from all the different locales. Okay. Oh, and LinkedIn. Can't forget LinkedIn. So there you go. But we are coming from everywhere. Now, so let's just kind of talk for a couple of minutes because I got that out faster than everything. Oh, and just so you know, when this is done, if you want to just kind of look at it, explore it, do whatever, go after the fact, see how we work. Because I tell you what, I do this a lot because a lot of mediums and psychics get online, or they have stuff posted online, and I watch them just because you know what, for a teaching standpoint or a student standpoint, they teach me a lot. So you can still find the show in the archives of the podcast realm when it's over. Okay. Just because it's a reading show does not mean it does not disappear. Okay. It stays on there. So I'm going to let you know that one, when you bring your question through, it is a live show. We are streaming live. Okay. It is for the world to see. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, it is going to go into the podcast form, which means it's going to stay there forever and ever and ever until the internet just crashes and wipes everything out. So know that it's there. Okay. I don't want anybody surprised later. And I do have to say this just for disclaimer purposes because we do live in the United States. This is for entertainment purposes only. Okay. Um, I hate having to say that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And there you go. So we don't want you to definitely without a doubt sign on the dotted line that boom, here we go. And what we say is gold because you know what? You got to take it into your own consciousness and kind of go, does this feel right to me? Okay. And let that go. Okay. And then follow what your heart desires. Okay. So with that being said, oh my gosh, every time there's a lot going on in the world right now, guys. There's a lot going on right now. I keep going because I didn't even ask Spirit for something to talk about today because I knew I'd be on very short amount of time before Missy came in. Um, but they keep screaming at me, changes, you know? And they've done that to me often, haven't they? They really have. But it's cool. It's awesome. I know I've had a lot of changes, a lot of transformations, and I know I'm currently going through a ton right now. But also as a people, we are. Why? Because we have Mercury going, still in retrograde for a little while longer. And I don't know about you, but oh my God, I'm lucky if I hold my internet through this. And I'm not going to put that out there. I'm just going to say I'm going to hold my internet because anything that has to do with really electronics, communications, all of those type of things, Mercury really does affect. But we have other planets been retrograde forever. They're starting to go direct now, which is awesome, doing lots and lots of things. Lots of things. And let me pull up something really quick. And I'll tell you what, I don't even know why. I just feel like I need to share this with you because we all know that I am not an astrologer. This is not my forte. But when I see things online, I like to share those with you. Okay. And that's if I can find it for you. Oh my gosh, I'm probably not even gonna find it now. Uh, oh my gosh, yes. I think anyway, I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Remember how I said that internet is not being my friend these days? It's not. Um, It really is not, and I don't know why. Anyway, I should have probably brought it up and left it up. But I do know one of the planets is going direct. I believe it's Saturn. Don't quote me on that. But I do believe it's going direct, and I think it went direct yesterday. Um, but you will see a lot of people. Excuse me. A lot of people are starting to feel again changes, feel all that stuff going on again. And it is crazy. It is kind of crazy how it's crazy how it works. So again, it's I believe it's Saturn that's going more direct right now. I'm trying to bring it up. I really am. Um, to go, oh my God, I want to tell you about this so bad. Here it is. So Saturn has gone direct. It's been retrograde for like 6 months or something like that right now. Um, so when we're going through that, it's really about when where Saturn goes retrograde, we're really about revisiting lessons that from the past at sea, looking at things over and over again, kind of going into exploring those, digging those up, um, learning from those things. So it's a constant learning. It's a growth, which is kind of nice. Okay. But it's really to learn and to maybe create some new boundaries is what it is. Now that Saturn is direct, because now from what I understand, it's gone direct, we find it a little bit easier to navigate through our life, which is nice, but we also might find ourselves leveling up in regards to some of our soul lessons, okay? Which means, again, changes, okay? Lots and lots of changes, um, which is really cool, okay? Like, again, I'm not the person here for astrology. I see tidbits here and there. It's a huge realm. It's a huge, and the experts that have that, oh my God, wow, they've got some knowledge. I'll tell you what, they got some knowledge. It's not that I'm not interested, it's just that it's not my forte. It's not my thing. But I'll tell you what, people that do. Um, I want to read this to you though, because it says a little bit more, and it's from Soul Shine Energy Healing. Okay. And they wrote this yesterday, or they posted this, and I really want to read this. Um, just so you guys have a little bit more of understanding. Okay, so the post they put on is that Saturn is direct as of October 10th, which I believe was yesterday. Saturn is now direct in Aquarius after being retrograde since May 23rd of 2021. Themes of this retrograde dealt with the way we tried to control all areas of our life. We have struggled asking others to help, allowing others to receive it, and meaning that we cannot do it all on our own. The Aquarius spotlight is on bringing the humanity forward and getting involved with the community to help the collective. Now that's an Aquarius thing. I'll tell you what, we just want to save the world. Um, these can have brought up emotions of rejection, isolation. Working through these emotions will allow us to open our hearts and to those around us. It allows us to see that others can shine bright right next to us in their own way. Their light doesn't dim ours, but it does add to it, but it can add to it. Now we are able to collaborate with others. Magic happen, doorways unlocked, and the potential is huge. Now, if you think about that, that's a whole lot that just changed yesterday for us. That's a ton that just changed for us yesterday. Now, think about everything for the last 6 months where we've been sitting. Have you been struggling a little bit? Have we been, doing all of these wonderful little things, and it's been block after doorway after doorway after doorway, and these doorways haven't necessarily been open. And the reason why that is because this one planet. Now, when it says retrograde, it doesn't mean that the planet's still not moving forward. It just means when you're looking at it, it looks like it's going backwards, but it's not. It's still going forwards. But when it comes to all those things, we've had a lot of doorways, and I don't know about you. When I sit back and I look over the last 6 months, I'm like, wow, I've had some challenges I didn't expect, and then you threw Mercury on top of it. Oh my gosh, these challenges are kind of crazy. But now things are still opening up. We're starting to see a little bit clearer. That might give a lot of anxieties through the belly, guys. It might just do a lot of anxieties through here. It might bring up a little, unnervingness, but trust the fact that you're going to do great. You're going to power through this like you do every other time. Mercury's only retrograde so many more days, thank goodness. And what are we going to do then? What are we going to do then? Christmas is here. It's like, oh my God, not that too. But trust that, these changes are happening for a reason. We have a lot of soul growth. I know for myself alone, where I look out for the last 6 months, holy bajolies, oh my gosh, life has been huge. I'll tell you what, over the last 6 months, I cannot tell you. And I didn't know about Saturn being retrograde. I didn't know what that meant. I had no clue until I read that it went direct yesterday. But when I look over the last 6 months and I think about how many times I went, why am I reliving this again? It may not be in my direct life, but I'm watching it with somebody else. So it's directly affecting me in some aspect. But I'm like, why is this happening again? Why am I looking at this again? Why am I doing, why? I thought this was over. And I can't tell you how many times I've said that in this last 6 months. Recognizing that these things are there, recognizing those thoughts are there, recognizing those memories and those emotions are there, or recognizing situations that are playing out in front of me are there. And then I sit there and go, wow. So I hope you take a moment today, maybe throughout this week, to kind of pay attention to that, think about that, and see how much life it's going to get a little bit easier with those changes. Now we're going to take a quick break, and when I come back, I'm going to have the brilliant Miss Missy Hart. This is DeEtte Ranae here on School Through Spirit with WLTK-DB.
Sunday, October 24th, the 2021 Statler City Psychic Fair in Buffalo, New York. Come out and meet psychic medium and host of School Through Spirit, DeEtte Ranae, and spirit medium and host of the Ghost Finders, Rob Thompson. DeEtte Ranae is a renowned psychic medium, medical intuitive, and master teacher of psychic mediumship development. Hailing from Wisconsin, DeEtte trained under world-renowned psychic Lisa Williams. Spirit medium Rob Thompson is one of DeEtte's mediumship development students. He is the host and executive producer of America's longest-running indie paranormal TV show, The Ghost Finders, on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, and Roku. He has made guest appearances on other shows including Discovery Channel's Paranormal 911 and A Haunting, and teaches paranormal research at the Los Angeles City College. Come and meet these two superb mediums together on stage for live gallery readings. Remember, Sunday, October 24th, the 2021 Statler City Psychic Fair. Get your tickets now at StatlerCity.com. That's StatlerCity.com. Doors open at 1, close at 6. Gallery readings, tarot cards, and more. Statler City Psychic Fair. Tickets at StatlerCity.com.
Hey, welcome back to School Through Spirit. This is DeEtte Ranae here on WLTK-DB. Welcome in, Miss Missy Hart. Hey, lady.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I just lovely.
Lovely.
I've had more support in the last week, I'll tell you what, and I'm so appreciative of it. So,
You look fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you. Lots of makeup, but thank you.
Oh, girl. Makeup is my best friend. I'm a redhead, so I have like no facial features without makeup. You know what I mean? Like you can't see my eyelashes. You can't see my eyebrows. So I feel like a ghost.
Oh my God. And I don't see that with you at all. I just look at you like, oh my God, you're just so beautiful. I love it.
Well, I need makeup to highlight those areas.
I get it. I got eyelashes, but age is like thinning them out, not making them so dark anymore. So it's like 15 layers of mascara.
Have you ever tried the falsy lashes? I've not yet. I don't know why. Everybody wears them. I've never put them on.
Well, I tried the ones that are magnetic, which I like, but I get bored. I'm like, I don't want to put that much work in. I really don't like to today's like extravagant. You know what I mean? The rest of the week, there's like nothing because I'm not a big makeup person. So, my daughter, I sent her, well, she's a cosmetologist, but I sent her to school also to learn to do eyelashes, extensions. So she did those for me for a few weeks, and then I had to remove them because I was having surgery last week. But I can't wait till they go back on because it's like I don't have to do nothing. I wake up, there you go. Just looks like I put some work into it. So yes.
They actually tattoo makeup on. Like you can get your everything just tattooed on and you're ready to go like every day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my mother has it. I shouldn't tell her that. Good morning, Heather. I shouldn't tell you that. But yeah, my mom has it. She has for years. Good morning, Jalen. I hope I said that correctly. But yeah, my mother has it and she has for years. So I mean, she's got her eyebrows, her eyeliner done. Just beautiful. Good morning, Dorea. God, I hope I said that right, darling.
I used to say Miss Starks. Good morning, Miss Starks.
Good morning, Miss Starks. That sounds so neat. Good morning, Miss Starks. She sounds like she should be a boss, somebody in a high office. You know? I
agree, right?
Don't even ask your question, Miss Starks. Just go get that corporate job.
I'll get your coffee.
There you go. I love it. I love it. I love it. So what's been going on in your life? Let's just kind of talk for a few minutes, bring that energy up as people come in. We have a Casey that says she's trying to watch you at work on her break, which is awesome. But let's just see who we bring in and then go from there. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
You know?
So I was listening in on your astrology talk and I feel the same way. I don't know.
Such a big knowledge on that, aren't I? Hold on. I got to Google.
I have to read it too. Like that's how I follow stuff. I just read other people's work. I don't have the patience for astrology. It's a lot of work. It's a lot like, casting a chart is crazy in-depth stuff. And I just don't have the patience. So I personally use numerology a lot more because it's more simple for someone who doesn't want to take the time to do that. But astrology is fantastic. And I would recommend every person on the planet to get a natal chart done.
Yes. Yes. I agree with you.
Like you will learn so much about yourself. And to me, like that's everything. So like, when we're looking at astrology or numerology, you want to learn about yourself, particularly the crappy parts about yourself. Like that's what you want to bring to light. And I know a lot of people don't want to do that, but it's like, if we're not facing those parts of ourselves, because we all suck basically at life sometimes. Everybody, we're humans. We're supposed to suck at life. They're fantastic tools just to get to know ourselves, and we can recognize patterns that we're repeating. And I love it. I love it, love it, love it.
I do too, but you know what? I think I'm at that age, and I like this because it's more about numerology than it is astrology. Because I'm at that pinnacle, because I hit that 50. You know what I mean? I'm going into this one. I think it's the last pinnacle. I think it is. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to ask Kelly in a couple of weeks. But I'm like at this pinnacle of life where it's like It's not that I'm not going to keep repeating some patterns, but I'm recognizing them when I start to repeat them, and I go, "Oh my God, why am I doing this again?" Like, but you get it, you understand it then, you know what I mean? And you just go, "There you go, there you go. What are you going to do?"
Right.
You know?
And I think you said, like, why am I doing this again? And it's like,
Yeah,
because, well, I guess you didn't do it right the first time there,
yeah.
lady. I don't know.
Or the first 15 times, or whatever it is.
I think it presents like a new layer, or it adds another piece to the puzzle with each time.
Yeah,
That's what I
I
think.
agree with you.
And did you see that we're an Aquarius?
I am an Aquarius too on top of it. So
Oh man, so double, like, I mean,
double
to me,
whammy.
every time I think about Aquarius, it's like, oh, we are in our heads. I mean, my view of Aquarius is like they're the overthinkers of the bunch, usually.
And I'm not that way. The way I guess I look at it is, I always tell people, I love the world. I love people. Don't get me wrong. I love people. Dear, I love it. I couldn't do the job what we do if I didn't love them. But I always think of, oh my God, I don't want to save individual souls. I want to save the world. You know what I mean? So it's like, I will look like I'm not doing anything. I will look like I'm not in my head. I will look like I'm not caring, which really I am. I'm just thinking of a bigger, broader way to do it. You know what does that make sense?
Yeah,
So
it does.
small, like, maybe another sign is much more into the, I want to help all the little things. And I'm like, I want to save your life. You know what I mean? I want to save the whole thing. I want to.
I'm a Pisces, so I'm the daydreamer. I'm the
Ah.
ideas person, and I have a billion and one ideas. Implementing those ideas, Missy Hart falls flat. I mean, we do not have our feet firmly planted on the ground.
Yeah, I get that. That's why I hired Todd to do a website, because I couldn't do it.
Right?
I had a million ideas.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you, Todd.
I have a helper, and she's on here this morning. Good morning, Joy. She's been my lifesaver.
Oh, well, thank you for saving Miss Missy. Appreciate that.
Yeah, she threw me a ring, boy. Like, lifesaver.
Awesome. Awesome. That is always nice to know. It's nice to have those people out there. I'll tell you what. And I will tell you what, last week it was so funny because I did have, I let everybody know I was having a procedure done. Don't tell them the procedure. I'm not going to tell anybody the procedure. It's, it's just whatever. But it was so strange how I had people in our line of work, our friends that I didn't talk to, didn't say, all the way up to Lisa. I did not say a word to Lisa, nothing. And I had people sending me, like, tuned into me, like my energy all week long, sending me well wishes. That were those my lifesavers all the way through the week. Like, oh my God, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Isn't it incredible just how that works? So you didn't broadcast it, and people just knew.
Just knew. Yeah, just knew. So
it's incredible.
Not everybody has Lisa's text, phone number to text. You know what I mean? So I know she didn't find out from the grapevine, but I'm glad you have Joy there. I love that. I keep going back and forth. So I want to say hello to people just so they know we're not missing them. I don't want people to think we're ignoring them. We have got hello, Miss Teresa and Sandy and Heather and Jaylyn and Casey. I suck with names. I'm trying to get better. Tharia, Mrs. Starks. Miss Starks, love that. Miss Holly, good morning. Sandy Reamer again. Mike Shannon, good morning. And Joy, thank you for showing up. So, would you like to start? Would you not like to start? I don't know. What should we do? I hear cards. I feel the energy starting to move.
I say let's do it.
Let's do this. Okay, we're going to start with this one. Miss Williamson says, would love to know if I will be able to start a family soon. Oh my God, I can just feel the energy going through my body.
Okay.
So
All right, Miss Casey, I am thinking about you, my dear, and a family. And honestly, it makes me feel nervous. And so I'm going to say that those nerves probably come from you. Um, I kind of feel like you're psyching yourself out as far as starting a family and all of those things. I don't see any particular reason that you cannot start a family um, outside of just being nervous about it and then waiting for the right time. That kind of comes up for me. And I don't know that that's necessarily your thoughts or your beliefs, but maybe other people like waiting for the right moment and the right time. And I think with kids, it's one of those things where it's never like the best time because kids are a lot. And so if anyone is trying to talk you out of it, or, well, I don't know, if anyone had in the past tried to talk you out of it and said, oh, you should wait till everything aligns perfectly. Well, that's just not how life works. And I don't know. I guess my overall message for you is get out of your brain. I think that you're overthinking it. And I think that that slows the process of making babies down. I think it slows it down. So I think that you can and should start a family soon. Stop freaking out about it. My thoughts.
Right. I like that thoughts because I keep just seeing struggles. But again, I think it's like you just said, it's more with that psyching out. It's more with that type of thing. Just because I do keep seeing struggles. But I think it's everything, like you said, everything else getting in the way, So just like you just stated.
It's
So
amazing how much our brains and our bodies work together. So like if we're worried about something, we're actually wreaking havoc on our internal chemicals. And so your internal chemicals are in fact your hormones. So when you're worried, when you're stressed, when you're depressed, sad, anxious, whatever, you're literally creating this chemical soup on the insides, and it can slow things down.
Right. And it's funny. I just pulled a card for her. So find balance. Find balance is what I found. So it is. It's everything you just said. It's just find that balance. Find that. Get out of your head. Just like she just said. She goes, I'm trying so maybe I'm trying to try too hard. I need to take a breath. Yeah, I agree, darling.
You know what? And for me, like the easiest way to say this, honestly, is like enjoy the process of making a baby. So you should just be enjoying that time with your spouse or with your partner, and don't even let that be the thought. Don't let it be the motivating factor. Don't let it, like I know people, I had an issue. Things were just taking a long time getting pregnant with my one son. And I mean, I psyched myself up so bad. And I remember like, oh, it's ovulation time. I gotta, it's like everything was planned. Everything was whatever. I never got pregnant in that space. Actually, it was a drunken festival night. That's the moment of conception was, a drunken festival night.
Yeah, I did it. Both of my kids, I would love to say are oopses because they kind of were, but it was because oops, I had fun.
They were surprises. Yeah.
I was surprised. I will take both of them because they're here exactly when they're supposed to be. But,
Yeah.
Oh, take that, Casey. Hopefully that helps you a little bit. Who's up next? Who is up? We have got Holly. Good morning. Just asking for signs to look for from the other side. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. But I will, if you don't mind, Missy, because I just talked a lot about this one. We always have signs from the other side, and it could be as simple as butterflies or pennies or smells, anything like that. You know what? What reminds you of the other person? Now, I will tell you 110%. My sister who's passed away, love her dearly. I see her in butterflies. I see her in dragonflies because those were her things when she left, before she left. I see her in the music journey, all of that type of stuff. But that's not the only thing, because I will see things will happen, and all of a sudden I think her name right now. And you'll find that is a lot of ways that spirit will give you signs. Now, if you want something more direct, like you want to know, like you didn't set something up with them before they passed away, there's meditations you can do that you go in to literally meet up with somebody from the other side that you love dearly. Okay. A good way of doing that is if you don't want a guided meditation, just listen to some meditation music. Go into a meditation with a thought of the person you want to talk to, that person that you want that sign from. Okay. Start that meditation, really have them in your mind. Start thinking about holding a picture of them and seeing the details of their face looking back at you. And then as you're really starting to connect with that picture, allow yourself to see them in your mind there with you. Okay. It's a beautiful experience, but you can ask them to give you a direct sign that you'll have when you come out of that meditation. So, you know what? Maybe you're going into this and it's grandma, but she's saying, you know what? Every time you see a rolling pin, think of me, but you don't bake, you know? But you know what? You will go online and you'll see something for Rolling Pin Bakery, or you will, you'll drive down the road and all of a sudden a marquee will start blinking up, about rolling pins for sale and whatever it might be. It'll be a very direct sign that she's given you. So if you need that more direct sign, do it that way. But trust me, signs are beautiful. Signs are amazing. I ask for signs all the time, but I go with what pops into my head right away when I see something or experience something. What about you, Miss Missy?
I
Miss
love that.
Missy?
And she actually in the comments said that her dad passed when she was 3 years old. And so I'm going to write on what DeEtte said a little bit and add to it that I know, based in my work and based in readings that have come through, and just years of validation, that there's never any separation from you and your loved ones. And if your father passed away when you were 3 years old, you don't have a lot of memories, if you have any memories at all. So the signs might be a little bit different for you, but it's interesting to me that when I am doing sessions like this, when someone has been passed for a long time, there's not a whole lot of memories, they usually share their favorite memories of you growing up to let you know that they've been a part of every single thing that you've done in your life. They didn't miss your wedding. They didn't miss your babies being born. They didn't miss your high school graduation or your prom or, your struggles, that kind of stuff. And it's usually what they show me. So make no mistake, honey, your father has been a part of your life the whole time. And so I think with what DeEtte said, when you're asking for something specific that really helps to validate it, you have to be very open to when and how those signs show up. I'm being told that you overthink signs sometimes. I think that's what I'm getting, is that that maybe you get something and you don't receive it so easily because you question it. So I guess my advice to you is basically just receive, don't question. And the more that we receive, the more that we actually receive. It's the more that we get. And so, keep on going on with that. But butterflies is what pops into my brain.
Although you keep butterflies, I keep getting blankets with her. I don't know why. Blankets, like wrapping up in a blanket, wrapping up with somebody else in a blanket, blankies. Just keep getting blankets, that warmth, and which to me is normally more of a mom thing than a dad thing. But I love the butterflies also. That's awesome.
Right. And honestly, the other thing that I'm impressed with here is that I think you're so very like your father without having really known him. I think you're so very like him. I'm kind of told that there's a wild little spark there that you guys share. I dig it.
I love that. That's awesome. I hope we helped you, Holly. Hope it all made sense for you. So she goes, my aunt passed away recently, made a quilt, had a blanket when I was younger. I carried around called Chewy, would stick my fingers in it. I love that. That's probably why I'm seeing blankets.
Yes.
Blankets are your comfort, even today, blankets are comfort. So I love that. Thank you, Holly. Glad we were able to help a little bit. Who's up next? Who's up next, Mr. Todd? Okay, Miss Sandy, do my loved ones on the other side have any messages for me? Do you want to do a little mediumship today, or should we just stay more psychic?
Whatever you want to do, sister. I'm down.
Whatever you feel, you know. I like to stay a little bit more psychic, but if you want to raise the energy, we can. You know what I mean? So,
Sandy, I'm just basically going to think about you, and whatever pops through, just kind of pops through.
yeah. So,
Sandy, do you have any tattoos? I just have to ask you that. I know, Sandy. A tattoo would surprise me. I don't know.
oh, there you go. Well,
It would surprise me.
Something up. No, she does not. I keep seeing rings with her. Rings, like gold rings, and they feel like they're joining. I don't know if that makes sense, but kind of. Thank you. It almost feels like, when they take those 50 anniversary, or those anniversary cakes, you know what I mean? They put those really cheesy 50 toppers on there, or anniversary toppers. They always put the rings, but they make them silver. But I keep seeing gold rings. So I don't know if there's an anniversary of something coming through, or a celebration, but I keep feeling like they're there for this celebration, or they're there for that. So Sandy, I don't know if that makes sense to you, or what the rings would symbolize for you.
I'm just going to validate that makes perfect sense. I know, Sandy.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So there you go. Before waiting for a message, keep on going, girl. Keep on going. I'm looking at,
there you go.
Like I said, a tattoo would certainly surprise me there. So I don't know if that tattoo goes to you or someone else in your family, but I honestly see words, and I am so reminded of like Roman numerals. I don't know what the heck I'm looking at.
There you go. I love that. I also keep feeling like they're telling her she needs to kind of like sit back, relax, start enjoying life a little bit, or relaxing, like she's getting to that point of her life. Because it just feels like they've told her she's been a little tense lately, or something is more in her head, more tense, more stressed. And that because they're just showing me like she's dressed for a dance floor. So it's a skirt that goes down to her knees, or a dress that goes down to her knees. I'm seeing almost like an over jacket, like a lady of, distinguished, beautiful. I don't know. But I see her on the dance floor just shaking her butt a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, but she's the only one on the dance floor. Like, I'm done. I'm done with all of you guys. I need to go out. I need to shake my booty. And you just need to leave the stress and all those situations off the dance floor. Go in and start to celebrate a little bit and just really relax, And I'm just seeing her. It's funny because I'm seeing her just kind of like, and I'm hearing Beatles in my head, which is really, Beatles have not left my head. I don't even know any Beatles songs, but I know it's the Beatles in my head. I'm also hearing the changes again, which tell me you're going through a lot of changes right now, Sandy. A ton of them. And it just feels like, I think this is going to be harder for you than it is for me to say, but I'm seeing you like holding a lot of tension, a lot of stress in the shoulders, and almost like this is a problem area for you through this area, right there, like the right shoulder. And it feels like you need to start letting that just fall off as much as you can. It feels like you're going to have to do more chisel and hammer to let things go. I also feel like you need to give things back to people, give their crap back to them, and not you have to take on everybody else's crap. Okay. So when you're dancing, shake that off and let go. And I don't know what that anniversary is, but you know what? Get a little tipsy, have fun, and have, I'm hearing try for a baby. Oh my God. I think it's try for something new, but creation new, whatever that might be.
Yeah, the new stuff for sure. Because that's actually what I have written down is that, I know that you feel like you're firmly planted in whatever crap you're in right now, but I actually do see forward movement. And so I love how DeEtte like brought in the dancing and the shaking and, all that stuff. It's honestly perfect. So I think that you feel like, again, like you're kind of stuck, but things are moving. So I'm going to say, I think DeEtte, you did a fantastic freaking job there. Just saying, I'm blown away. Because like I said, I do know Sandy. So I'm looking at you right now like, damn, DeEtte, look at you.
She says she's too old for a baby, but babies mean new, fresh starts, creation, not
Right.
just pop one out. Although you never know. Maybe there's a baby going to come. No, I don't see the baby coming into the family, but yeah, maybe there is one. I can't tell. We'll just leave it alone.
I think things are moving forward. And so I'm going to invite you to, I think, revisit your past time. And I think honor and acknowledge the progress that you have made.
She said they just had the new baby. Hoot hoot. A grandson. Congratulations. Love that. I love it.
Oh, congrats on the baby.
So with that baby, as it's been born and created, lady, it's time for you too. Start some new stuff. Awesome.
Yeah, and celebrate progress. That's what I'm going to say, is celebrate progress, because it is there even though you may not feel it.
Right. I love that. I love that. Who's next? I'm glad we were able to help you a little bit, Sandy. Mike Shannon. I'm struggling with my brother passing. It happened 7 years ago. It was unexpected. I got to say goodbye, but I feel like we need to talk. What'd you get, Miss Missy? I love saying Miss Missy. Miss Missy.
I don't know. I'm sitting with it for a second. Gosh, Mike, what I feel honestly is like, I think your brother's a smart ass, to be honest with you, because what comes through in my brain is, you might think we need to talk, but I talk all the time. So I think, that's your brother's way of letting you know that he's around and that he is communicating a lot via thought. So, some of the things that are coming up for you, I think if you just pay attention, I feel like he's intentionally popping thoughts into your brain that that you should pay attention to. And that's like why you feel that you need to talk.
I'm also feeling like he's not expressing himself so much right now. Mike isn't. Like he's not talking, in general.
Yeah.
It's like, because I feel his throat chakra is just kind of plugged. It's funny because I know he's got a bandana on in the picture. And I mean, that could just be whatever, but I keep seeing motorcycles. So it makes me feel like you're more of a free spirit.
Yeah, I got that too.
But at the same time, you're not, you're shutting down your own throat. You're shutting down your own communication. And I feel like your brother might be coming through, and that, like Missy said, not so much as he's talking all the time, but he's telling you, you need to learn how to talk. You need to learn how to communicate. Like you're not talking, you're not using your words to talk anymore. You're not expressing things.
Yeah, I feel like he's forcing things up to the surface to make you deal.
Yeah. 110%. That's what it feels like, So hope, Mike, if you're still there, you got that and it makes sense to you. Start talking.
He just feels super stressed. Let me just add that. So, the not communicating, the not whatever, if you are kind of withdrawn and stuff at this point, I think you need people, Mike. I feel like, honestly, a pretty heavy weight when I think about you, and a lot of stress, a lot of sadness, a lot of anger. Honestly, that I think that's what DeEtte means too. Is like with that chakra, the throat chakra, not communicating, that kind of stuff. I honestly, like I call it the shit storm. So it's like when it's the one thing after the other, after the other, after the other. And it just doesn't feel good. Know that your brother's there, and your brother's there with a whole entourage of people. So I'm going to say that there is I do believe that there's a woman there too, probably a grandmother figure. I think someone was a smoker. I'm not sure who, but I honestly see the cigarette. And I don't know if someone had either issues with their throat or if they just had a rasp, but I almost hear something weird in the way that someone talks. So that could have been a ventilator. It could have been a, I don't know, something. And then two, I just want to remind you that when people passed, they were ready to go. I just have to say that.
I also want to let him know, because while you're talking, you're seeing everybody else out there. I think this goes back to that stress situation or something of him not communicating, because I see him kind of walking like Mike is walking down the road. It feels like it's down a road, not a sidewalk or a road or a parking lot, because I can just see pavement all over it. It's not fresh pavement, it's older pavement. But you know how guys are like right up behind and like, almost jump tackle them kind of like, and wrap their head and like, come on, dude, like they're trying to cheer them up type of thing. And I feel like he's doing that to you, Mike. I feel like that's what he's like doing to you, and jumping up to do that and kind of wrestling with your head a little. It's like a guy thing. I don't think girls do it too often. You know what I mean? But doing that, like, come on, come on, come on, and there's a small punch to the gut, nothing hard, just that little bit of boy play time. But somebody like, let's just go have a beer. Let's shake this off. Let's talk. Let's just, let this go. Like, open up and talk. So. But I do love the fact that he's got all that support around him. Love that. He does say thank you. So hopefully, darling. Love that. I love it. I keep seeing the cigarette now, Missy. Thank you so much for that. I keep seeing.
Do you? I do. I have like a lady who's given me the, all right, yeah, let's have our coffee and smokes.
Yeah, the Beetlejuice lady that smokes. She smokes a cigarette. She takes a drink, and the smoke comes out her throat. I keep seeing.
Oh my gosh, I had forgotten. Oh, I loved that movie. I'm gonna have to watch that with my kids. I said I love that movie.
I haven't seen any part of that in years.
Me neither.
And that came up to me like somebody that smoked way too long. They were just into their. I'm not gonna quit smoking. I'm not gonna quit drinking. This is just
right. Me, I have a family member. That's what she says. I'm smoking till I'm croaking.
I would have too if I could have breathed up to that point. So but they took my breath. So what's next here, Todd?
That's the smoke.
It is this. I'm telling you. Air from YouTube says, "Will I get a job soon?" To which I apply for. Thank you.
A job for
I'm gonna have to rent Beetlejuice, because now I got different songs going through my head for Beetlejuice, and I don't know if it's for air or if it's just in.
I actually see a couple different job opportunities, at least. So I'm going to say, that there are new jobs on the horizon, and I think more than one to choose from. I kind of feel impatient, to be honest with you. And so there may be some time that is going by before you hear things back. And so it actually makes me feel like nervous, almost like crap. No one's getting back a hold of me. What's going on? Everybody hates me. But I don't think so. I think it's just slow going for whatever reason, and it's coming.
There you go. Yeah, I just keep feeling a party going on, like celebration, like party of one, celebrating, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like hearing those come over and over and over again, So it's not like oh my God, finally something happened. It's more like, ooh, I feel good about myself, Oh my God, they keep putting music in my head today. So now I'm hearing pop. I feel good. So I would say yes to that job coming. But like Missy said, I concur with her that it's going to be more than one opportunity. So that you feel really good about yourself. So it's not like just getting a job to pay the bills. It's that ego. It's that boost to you. So beautiful. Hope that helps, dear. Mr. Todd. Teresa. Struggling with all the things going upside down. Will all this be, I can't read. Struggling with all the things going upside down. Will all this give soon? Just getting harder without George. Did George have a heart attack or something with the chest? You know, Teresa? No? I don't know if that makes sense to you, Teresa. Because all of a sudden I just felt something in my chest right here. So, yes. Okay. Thank you, Teresa. Because I just felt like I got nailed, like instantly, just boom, to my chest. Thank you. It just feels like you're really struggling more with grief with that. I don't know. It just feels like it's that type of grief, because what I'm seeing is it just feels like mentally, emotionally more struggling, more like clawing at stuff to hold on, you know, because the vision that I'm seeing is somebody like almost trying to pull themselves across a desert, like an old riverbed that has dried up, and they're trying to pull the cracks, you know, and trying to like pull themselves that way when they really just don't have a lot left to give, or they don't feel like they do. I want to let you know, and they're doing this very much visual. I'm seeing water, like you're coming up on that water. So trust that, you know, you only have to go a little bit longer, and it feels like there's going to be some relief there. And that, you know, that rehydration, that of life coming back into you.
I'm going to add that, you know, some of the struggles don't feel like they're all yours. So I guess, you know, you can't fix everyone's problems, or you can't control the situations. So a lot of the things, maybe that it's not your own, or it's just out of your control, probably both, to be honest with you. So the things that aren't in your control, you kind of have to learn how to just breathe through it and go with the flow. So it's kind of like, you know, you don't want to swim against the currents because it's just exhausting. So sometimes you just really have to allow yourself to slide with everything. Even it's uncomfortable feeling, and I understand that. But I think sometimes the harder we fight, the worse it feels. And if we just kind of just let ourselves go with stuff, it just feels a lot lighter and we're being swept away. So I would say go with it. Don't take on other people's stuff too much. And the things that you can't control, just kind of go with it.
She says that makes sense. Fabulous. Good. Hopefully that helped, Miss Teresa. Sorry, everybody, for the little bit of delay, but we have to wait for things to get on to StreamYard for us. So Lotus says, hello, I want to know if Jesse still loves me. What do you think?
I mean, I guess I'm going to think, yeah. Do I feel that it's like the best of things? Like, I don't know. I'm really reminded of that. I guess that thing that like you just kind of can't get away from, or you can't move on from, or something that like you're stuck in. And I mean, there's a certain level of toxic vibes there for me, to be honest with you. And I don't know if that just encompassed a relationship or whatever, but there is like just that. I'm just reminded of like toxic stuff in a way. I hate to say it that way, but I do. Like that's my sense.
Yeah, I just feel a lot trying to come out but not quite coming out. So hopefully that helped Miss or Mr. Lotus. Sorry. We're going to take a quick break before we go on. This is DeEtte Ranae and Miss Missy Hart with School Through Spirit on WLTK-DB. We'll be back in a few.
2 intuitive books, 1 amazing author. Intuitive You. Psychic and Personal Development by Christina Bloom. We all have the ability to tune into our sixth sense, the realm of intuition. Whether your intuition presents as a gut feeling or full psychic ability, Intuitive You will help you to fully embrace how your intuition works. Let's not forget about Christina's newest book, Wisdom for the Age of Ascension, Channeled Messages from Divine Intelligence. Wisdom for the Age of Ascension is an updated and expanded second release of Christina's first book, The Contemplative Truth. Christina has expanded her reach to more light beings, enabling more information to be channeled to you, the reader. Wisdom for the Age of Ascension and Intuitive You by Christina Bloom. Get your copies today or visit moonbowpublications.com. That's moonbowpublications.com.
Welcome back to School for Spirit. I'm DeEtte Ranae, your host here on WLTK-DB, and I have with me the beautiful Missy Hart. So excited to have her. We're doing readings again. Sorry, we had to take a quick break. I get into this and I forget about break. And it's like, oh my God, I'm late. So, let's go. Come back.
Sorry, Todd, we just ignore you.
Yeah. It's what it is, we're like in 2 different areas. Here you go. And I sent the producer a minute when we came back. I said, you're up next, Top. He's like, me? I'm like, yeah, you've been with me and Missy long enough. You should do readings now. You can do this.
All right, Todd. In this next one, I'll read your comments.
All of us. If you're like, nope, I'm back here doing it.
What's funny is he's always like, I've got the psychic ability of a doorpost, or I've heard him say something like that before. And I've actually found Todd to be rather intuitive.
Yeah. I love that. The station heading in the next year. Yes. Oh, is that your question, Todd? Or you're going to be doing readings next year? I love it. I love it. So Todd, let's go on to our next question. We'll be bringing yours in very soon. So what's your next question? What's the next question here, guys? Miss Lacey, it's been rough internally for me lately. Does my mom or in-laws have anything to say to me?
Breathe, Lacey. Damn it, breathe and let other people do things for you. Let other people help. I feel like, honestly, like they show you to me in a like Superwoman cape. And I think like sometimes that's not, I think you just need to know like when you need to tap out and say, okay, your turn, or you need to, be able to ask for help. I think that you try to do a whole lot of stuff on your own. And I'm being told that you're pretty stubborn about asking. So a lot of the overwhelm is kind of like, you need to let other people do some stuff for you.
Yes. I like that. I like that very much. And I completely concur with you on that. Because instantly she hit me in the chest like, oh my God, right here. Just,
Yeah, where it's just like a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of everything. And a lot of, it feels lonely in a way, and I know I get totally stubborn where it's like, I would rather crawl across broken glass than ask for help. Like if you see that I need help and you're not helping me, I'm not going to ask. Yeah. I'm just going to do it myself.
That's, I completely understand it. Cause I thought about that this morning cause I've been on like this 15-pound restriction for last week, which yeah, I've been carrying 50 or 60 pounds, but you're not supposed to do this and that. Basically, I haven't done anything I've been told to do,
Right.
So it's like, and people are like, lay down, let me do it. Well, then just do it.
Yeah, I can't stand waiting for people. I can't. So yeah, I think that. Yeah, honey, you are just so loved. I want you to know that. And for some reason, they kind of let me know that you focus on where things went wrong. And not that I think that's not necessarily wrong, but when you use that to keep yourself down rather than using that to grow, it really just kind of holds you back. So I think that your internal dialogue and how you feel about yourself and decisions that you've made or judgments that you've made, whatever, I think that stuff holds you back. So it's like, use that in just a different way.
I like
Use
that.
it to guide you to change and grow and heal rather than knock you down.
Right. I like that very much. Very much. Beautiful. Miss Hale or Miss Harley. Or
Hello,
Harley.
Harley.
Sorry, I'm saying Miss. It might be a him. I'm not sure. Harley will still struggling with a family falling out from a year ago and missing my grandma who passed away. Thank you. I will tell you what, Harley, grandma feels a little, I don't want to say, yeah, I'm going to say the word sassy. Feels a little sassy. It feels like she's the type to give you a finger pointing. You know what I mean? That type of thing, like you keep her mouth shut and then finger pointing, finger pointing. Thank you. I'm also hearing a lot, and I don't like to say continue to keep a family separated, but I keep hearing somebody from the other side. I want to almost say it's grandma. I'm not positive because I'm not doing a reading for grandma, but I am feeling as if you've got an older female figure on the other side, basically kicking you in the bottom, saying, "Come on, you can do this." Like um, kind of like pull yourself up by your bootstraps and keep going. Like because I'm seeing that you're like it feels like you're kind of like one step behind or like really struggling with that release. And kind of now it's time for you to carve that name for yourself. That name for yourself, get that strength within yourself. Because how they're showing it to me, it's like, you know what, like I've been sitting around waiting for something to happen, and now it's like you got the message, and it's like, oh my God, I'll be there in 5 minutes, and you're running out trying to pull your pants on, and your boots aren't tied, and you're trying to get the zipped up and all this, and like you're falling over yourself. But I feel like this lady on the other side is yelling at, not yelling, but telling you like, hey, come on, let's keep going, keep moving on. So it's not so much of the struggle of the family being released as she's being telling you like, hey, that's okay for right now. That is what it's going to be for right now. But to pull yourself up and get yourself moving and really make yourself yourself a priority over, just the huge unit, make yourself more of a priority. I hope that makes sense to you with how that just came out of my mouth. But it just felt like it was a tripping over everything. Like I'm connected to that energy of tripping over, tripping over, tripping over, trying to find my balance within myself without this unit with me.
I love that. I mean, what I hear and am sensing basically is that the family fallout, it doesn't feel like it's attributed to you or anything that you've done wrong, or anything like that. And I think that, I'm basically being told that it's just not necessarily a shocker in a sense, by who that person is as far as that fallout is concerned. So like this fallout, from my understanding, is basically kind of highlighting the other person's issues. And I think it's more than one person, to be honest with you. So highlighting that like family groups issues in the way that they're feeling and their own internal struggles. And it honestly has nothing to do with you. And unfortunately, I feel like they like to play a blame game, maybe, and like blame other people for their stuff. And I think that just isn't right. So I think, DeEtte said it perfectly when she's like, you need to find your own balance. This isn't about them. And so it's about you navigating through everything based on how you feel. You are so much smarter, I think, than you give yourself credit for. And a lot stronger than you probably give yourself credit for. So it's like, now is definitely the time to start standing up. And I do just really want to say it doesn't make you mean, and it doesn't make you a bitch to have boundaries. It doesn't make you a horrible person to draw a line in the sand and not accept what isn't good for you. So keep on keeping on, girl. This isn't your fault. They're going through their own issues. It's completely separate from you. I feel like I get the dead person eye roll where they're like, meh, And so know that, nobody on the other side is angry with how you or maybe your part of the family has navigated through things. I do want to say that too. Like, no one is disappointed with the steps you guys have taken.
And know that when you do finally come back together as a unit or come back together in some aspect, I see you like this shining apple. Like, I went through my shit. I pulled my shit together. I don't know where you were, but this is me now. And sorry you missed the growth, So find that balance. Pull your pants up.
Pull your pants up.
Pull them up. Get them buttoned. You know what I mean? And keep on moving on. So love that. Harley did say thank you so much. So beautiful. Beautiful. They said I really needed that and appreciate it so much. Awesome. Thank you, Harley. Okay. Paula, hi, my name is Paula. I was wondering what you see for me. Do you get any messages from anyone who has passed? I always take everything into account in a reading, and the music keeps changes in my head. And the funny thing is I'm not a music person. I'm not a big one to have the radio playing and anything like that. So music pops into my head. It's like it's got to mean something. And I'm hearing the Congo line now there.
The Congo line. Okay, this is getting fun. So I do honestly feel like there is I'm going to say an older male on the other side. Honestly, like military stuff comes to my mind. So I don't know if you had a person on the other side, maybe a father type of a figure who was a veteran or something like that. I also, I don't know if it's head related, brain, head, Alzheimer's, dementia. I can get a whole lot of stuff up there, but I honestly have like a memory fuzz vibe. And I do not believe that that's everything, to be honest with you. So I could move into heart, maybe lungs, that kind of stuff. But memory fuzz does strike me.
I like that.
As far as memory, what the heck? As far as messages, what I see for you, Paul, honestly, you know how I feel? Like, I'm sorry, but I feel like wah wah blah. Like that's how I'm feeling when I think about like when they show me you. So I don't know if you're kind of, I'm not going to say like necessarily in a down, depressive. I don't feel that, but at the same time, I feel like I've just lost my zest and my energy and kind of just don't feel like doing stuff like maybe I once used to.
Yeah, I know it's weird because I keep going with the Congo line. Don't ask me.
Like you need to.
Yeah. Well, I keep seeing like somebody that's jumping in at the tail end, jumping in the middle, but you need to be the leader. You need to push yourself up to be in that lead position, because it feels like everything else, you're just kind of getting lost or dragged, along the line. And it feels like you need to jump up and be the leader. So like take that big, breath of air, bring in new life, So
yeah, you need to dance too, I guess. I don't know. I just feel like
everybody's dancing today, darling. Everybody's dancing today.
Yeah, right. Dance
Everybody's
gonna
doing
have you all dancing. Just dance, damn it. It's gonna make you feel
it.
better. And it's true. It raises vibes.
Noonan's gonna be a dance party. You know, she's gonna be like heading the Congo line. Everything's gonna be great. I
Maybe
love
she
it.
needs to go on a cruise.
There you go.
It's a lot of dancing on a cruise.
Is there? I've never been on a cruise. Maybe I gotta do that.
I've never been on one either,
We should
but
do a cruise
there's
show.
dancing.
We should do a cruise show.
That'd be
You
fun.
know, just say everybody want to go on a cruise retreat. Me and Missy are going to teach and do readings for 5 days, 5 glorious days. Congo lines for everybody. You know, margaritas at 5. Everybody will do a reading at 6.
I'm digging this, girl. When are we going?
We need to do this. We're just going to have to set it up. You know, when cruises are letting a few more people on, we got to do this, you know? So I think we'd have a blast. We'll do one in Mexico too. How's that sound?
I think it sounds great.
Let's
So-
start doing retreats.
This was Paula, right? So anyway, Paula, I mean, just basically have some fun, even though I feel like, you know, I don't know, I feel bored.
Yeah. I think that's why they show me the Congo line, because it's got so many different variabilities. You know what I mean? If you think about the different positions. So hopefully that did help, Paula, and kind of, we're not just planning our life because of you, trust me. But yeah, it is. I think even us planning that and having those conversations was really a lot of information for you to say, hey, start making plans that excite you. Start making plans or thoughts or creations that go, wait a second, I need oomph into my life. I need renewed. I need to, you know, just have some excitement. Have some excitement. On to Heather. Heather says, my daughter's going to have a baby around Thanksgiving. I have lost all my older family. At 48, I am the matriarch. Have they held the baby's soul, and will the baby look or act like them?
Well, I mean, my belief with doing this work is that is basically where this baby would be right now. Like, I personally don't think that they're completely incarnated in the womb. I mean, clearly they're growing in the womb and the body is there and the baby is there, but I don't feel like the soul is necessarily just sitting up in your womb all day long, chilling out. So I personally believe that our babies are on the other side before they get here, before even inception or conception, but before they get here and they're hanging out with your peeps. Will they look like them and act like them? Yeah, probably. I mean, I think you're going to notice lots of little bits and pieces of everyone there, to be honest with you. Are you guys using a name at all from anyone that's passed? Like, is there anyone who's have names come up?
While we're waiting for her to say something, I keep seeing like a little old man, and I'm hearing, do you really want him to be like this? like a spitfire,
Little
like
spunky guy.
Spunky, spunky spitfire, make you laugh, make you smile, say stuff that comes out of the mouth that you wouldn't expect, and going, oh my God, we just love you. And oh my God, you remind me of Grandpa Herman. And I don't know if that's Grandpa Herman, but you know, like, you know, that type of thing. So Heather, do you have a name that you guys have been using to call the baby? No memorial names. Good thing, because I just said Herman. We don't need a Herman. I will tell you what, Heather, I am a firm believer that, you know, right along with what Missy just said, but I'm also a firm believer that, you know, loved ones from the other side, hold those babies and kiss the babies before they come in. Xavier, she just said Xavier. So I'm a firm believer in that they are there, that they do give a lot of love, that they do, you know, and that personalities can resemble a baby. A baby's going to come in, even if it's reincarnated, it's still going to have some glimpses of personalities of past lives, you know, because that soul's coming through that memory of the past lives. So, yeah.
Do we have other people who like share names? Any people on the other side who had like same names? Or I'm still kind of on that because I do
Herman
see
1,
it.
Herman 2, Herman Senior.
Herman.
Herman.
I know 2 Hermans. That's funny. And they are named after each other.
I don't
in
know.
their family.
Yeah. You know, I don't give normal names to anybody in my family, but Herman to me is not a normal name because I don't hear it. So I think a baby should be born the name Herman. Yes, Mike. Mike. Oh, I was saying Mike earlier. Wow.
Did any of these people like have, I'm going to say maybe circulation problems, or, you know, it could be diabetes, any of your dead people? Like, I have some of those like sores that won't heal, or, you know, something like when someone's legs turn like a funky kind of color of purple. I just believe that there's heart or whatever's going on. But these people who, what? Oh man. So I think, did you have a lot of loss, like one right after the other? Like you lost people like in a pretty close proximity to each other. And it, I mean, not that there was an illness going on, but I do feel like things took a turn kind of quick, or it was like this season of loss or something that kind of, you know, the whole matriarch of the family thing. It feels like in a sense you were thrown into that very suddenly, or maybe, you know, you just, I mean, it's pretty young to be, I guess, the matriarch. I've never really thought of that, but I guess they would be pretty young to be that person.
Okay, well, she says her dad, my dad and her dad both have the name Mike. Her my mom lost the use of her legs at the end, and yes, back to back for 4 years. 4 years of loss.
Oh, so that's like a long season of loss.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, Heather, just know that you're rocking things out. Know that your dead peeps are totally with your baby on the other side for sure. And they'll be a part of that baby's life once it's born. And I think that we get to witness that a lot once they're old enough to, you know, make the noises and smile at the people who aren't there, that, you know, that we can't see. So I think that you'll notice those things pretty easily, to be honest with you. I do see dogs on the other side as well, animals. I do want to pass that on to you too, and just know that your people show themselves to me in a group kind of gathered around the table. And so just know that everyone is together and doing good. Even the people that didn't necessarily get along the greatest, I'm just going to say that they're all good.
I love that. I love that. Hopefully that helped, Heather. Maybe more so than you wanted. So, Kaylee, does my dad have anything to say for me? I just keep hearing, oh my gosh. I don't know if this makes sense to you, Kaylee, but I keep hearing, for gosh sakes, put some clothes on. So I don't know if you, I mean, doesn't mean she's running around naked, but you know, it's just, I keep hearing it over and over in my head, like, for gosh sakes, put some clothes on. So I don't know if he just meant you to be a very modest dressed person or what's going on. Um,
That one cracks me up. I love it.
I'm sorry. It's just I'm telling you, I'm gonna name myself the unfiltered medium because it's just right out my mouth. You know, I hear other people. She says no, sorry. Sorry. So what I heard, I don't know what it belonged to, Kaylee. So, I just heard. I don't know what that is. It'll be interesting if I can figure out what that means then. Do you get anything though from the dad?
I don't know. I'm trying to sit with it here for a minute and figure out what comes my way. Honestly, I have a very jokey sense. Like I like to push people's buttons in a fun way.
It's weird because he's I don't know, that's all I heard. And it was like I got pressure in my chest right after that. It feels like there's pressure going across my, my back along with it. He says sounds more like him. There you go, the jokey part.
I feel like he likes to embarrass people, to be honest with you. So I don't know if like that's just part of it. Like, oh, I'm gonna go out of my way to embarrass you, like right now, in any way that I can. But it's really how it feels. I know that he makes me feel that he had several things going on in his body. I feel like he's very stubborn in a sense. I don't feel like I would have wanted to go to the doctor. I don't feel like I would have wanted necessarily to do those things or whatever, but I do feel like the shit hits the fan kind of quick. So in a sense, like the passing feels a bit sudden or unexpected to me at the time. The outdoors kind of comes up for me too. Do you guys camp? Or I don't know, I could be hunting, fishing, just camping, that kind of stuff. I kind of have the sense of like trailers or campers, or maybe, I don't know. Anyway, just get this like outdoorsy, it's more the look of like a place or something that I see, by the way, not necessarily, I don't see someone, I'm just taken outdoors. Like I need to be there.
She says he was a big outdoor guy, hunting, fishing, golfing.
Oh, perfect. And I do actually see like wedding things. I feel like wedding bells. Has anyone gotten married since your father passed away? And any ties to like Vegas or someone eloping?
Just waiting for her response. It's just
okay.
It's a little slow so I think it's because of so many different, we're streaming so many different places.
Elvis. So, I'm seeing a bunch of stuff. I got like Elvis and Vegas and wedding bells, like wedding bells.
Yes, his brother got married in Vegas, but that was before his passing. His brother isn't here either. There you go.
So they're probably together.
You're bringing them both together. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're just probably together. So know that your father is hanging out with his brother, the hunka burning love Elvis stuff. Dang it, DeEtte, you passed on your music.
And I never hear me. I mean, I might hear it here.
I do sometimes, but yeah, you're like,
rarely.
It's a thing today.
So when I hear music, I know it's there. So.
Kaylee, honey, you are so loved. And I know, like, I have the sense that you wish that you could have done more. You wish that you could have, something more. And unfortunately, that's just not true. I don't know that your father took the best care of himself. And I feel like he ignored warning signs of something. I guess that could be your uncle too, but I feel like I ignored warning signs. And it wasn't on other people to, I don't know, he wouldn't have probably listened to other people. I just feel like he's really stubborn. That's how I feel. Yeah. So anyway, they're hanging out together. You couldn't have done anything more. He is very, very proud of who you are. Definitely pay attention to signs. Music, specifically, and coins and pennies is what comes to mind. I am going to throw out cardinals and doves because I do see them both. However, I do think that one of those has a tie to a lady, not necessarily your father. The dove, maybe. I don't know. One of them.
Love that.
And I am going to acknowledge birthdays because I do see balloons. And so when I see balloons, that could be balloon releases. I don't want to leave that part out. But I actually am reminded of birthdays with that too. And those birthdays would be either, I mean, they would have to be very in the recent past, like within weeks of us talking right now, or, you know, within the next couple of weeks out. And that is that.
She says they were both very stubborn, and thank you. My mom is next to me listening, and I feel this is a lot of this is for her also. I can't even read today. It says today is the anniversary of both of their deaths. It's been 19 years. Oh, wow.
Okay,
wow.
So the balloons, that works.
That's what it is. Beautiful.
And yeah.
Beautiful. Love that.
Well, he's still causing mischief on the other side, just so you know, like they cause mischief together.
Right.
You know, you just got the, like, they're at the 19th hole.
There you go. I love that. Amanda says, I recently lost someone who might not come through because I don't know if she believed in any of this, but I guess I was just hoping to know if she was okay. Trust me, Amanda, even when they don't believe when they're here, trust, they still believe on the other side. Okay? They're still there. Wow. Amanda, does this make sense that the person you more recently lost, I don't know how long it's been since they passed, but I do feel like a lot of medication, or I want to say substance. I don't want to just put it as medication, alcohol, substance, whatever it is, but I feel a lot in my system because I'm feeling very groggy in the head all of a sudden. And it just feels like there's a lot going on in there. It feels like there's a lot of chest pain, almost like I can't breathe. I'm not sure if what's in my system is helping them to breathe. But I also feel like there's an illness associated with this person. I don't know if that makes sense, Amanda. Are you there with me, or? Because there's a lot in my head. Just waiting so I can release this. Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you. She was on hospice for CHF and her pacemaker battery was fine. Thank you, because I just feel this going on and on and on. And I feel the chest a lot. Thank you. I keep also hearing the words, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Okay. So it almost feels like while she was here, she may not have been a person, or they may not have been a person to complain a lot, because I keep hearing, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Thank you. Beautiful. I also want to let you know, Amanda, even they feel like they've been really, really recently passed. I know you said recent, but very, very recently passed. Because I want to let you know, they feel like they want to, it almost feels like they want to bring up their foot and kick you in the butt. Like, get yourself going, okay? Kind of like, oh my gosh, why are you not just going on, just moving on type of thing? So I feel this foot very slowly coming up, like they were weak, and oh wow, it's very recent. But it just feels like they're slowly bringing this foot up to try to kick you in the butt to like get you moving. So it's almost as if they're telling you, hey, I passed, this happens. Like they don't want you to spend a lot of time grieving, even though, you know what, it just feels like that's their nature to tell you this, but they're telling you need to keep going on with your life. Okay. So, and I mean, that's 2 weeks basically here we're looking at. And I feel like it's just their nature to say, hey, don't dwell on me. Keep moving, keep going.
You know, it's funny because I keep on seeing like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
It's done. It's done.
Yeah.
She's got a fantastic feisty feel for me, like sitting with this and stuff. I feel like she is just, yeah, super feisty, super lovey. I do think that, like with that meds, I think someone didn't want to give her the meds towards the end or something, or they were worried about giving it, or it just feels uncomfortable to me. Like someone actually giving it, they feel uncomfortable, like, oh, I hate having to do this. The other thing that I see, actually, ironically, do you guys remember those old Kleenex covers? Like the little box that fits over the box of Kleenex? Yeah. I keep on seeing a Kleenex cover or I don't know, or maybe it's just the box of, but I see the cover over the box of Kleenex. So I don't know. Maybe she's handing you a tissue and I don't know, but like I can see those so clearly. Like it's just sitting over the box. And so yeah, so she wants to hand you a Kleenex too. Like so I don't know. But she feels so fun to me and so fantastic. And I'm sure that this is really pushing out so you just realize how great she is feeling. The woman felt like shit for quite some time from what I'm understanding. And she's honestly just relieved that it's done, to be honest with you. I know that she is joined by other people and she wants you to know that it's been basically a glorious reunion on the other side. She keeps on showing me her hair. So I don't know if it was like, did you guys do her hair while she was sick? But I feel like it was important that you guys, like, I don't know, tried to make her look well when she didn't look so well. I feel like there was effort put into that for sure. So anyway, lots of love. She thanks you guys.
Yeah, she says she was ready to leave this earth for a while now. So
yeah, I mean, this is it. This is it. We're good.
This is it. We're done. We're done.
We're done. That's what she says. Like, I'm done. I'm out of here. It's good.
It's like, keep moving. It makes me feel like I keep seeing, like, you know, like if you see an accident and nothing major, like a fender bender, whatever. And she's just like, keep moving, stop looking over here, just keep moving. Like this has happened, just keep going on with your life. That, you know, just keep going, you know, that type of thing. Oh my gosh, she was 101 when she passed. Wow. Wow.
Oh, wow. Aw.
There you go. There you go. Beautiful. Well, thank you, Miss Amanda, and thank you for letting us talk with her. Many blessings to you guys. Haley, will I clear my exam and go on to the next stage? I heard yes, but I seen your body turn around and go, ugh. I collapse, like, oh my God, I'm done. Like, I'm gonna say yes. I do feel like you're gonna clear your exam, and even with that like collapse of it was like it's only lasting for a few moments before you get up and keep going. I'm also gonna let you know this does not feel like learning and or schooling is complete for you, because it feels like after you like lay there for a minute and regroup, you're going, okay, let's do this again, or let's do more. Okay, like let's do more type of thing. Yes, what do you get, darling?
Oh, I was gonna pull a card for her.
Go ahead.
Because I do honestly feel that, like, you know, stress and tension and that kind of stuff. You could know everything front to back and still have like test anxiety, I feel like, or, you know, something. So you may be one of those people who just never feels like you know enough or something. Like, I don't know. I think that's like a Gemini trait a lot of the times, but it's honestly like what I'm reminded of is like that. Oh, crap. So I'm looking for a card that'll really just kind of help you on those days that you're feeling a bit overwhelmed with everything. I'm sure that you got it. I mean, DeEtte's yes is, I mean, I just double that on this end of things too. I don't know if you change your mind a lot. I don't know. You change your mind a lot, or you have changed your mind about doing things. Either way. So the card that comes up for you is the Into the Unknown. And so if you look at this, I don't know if you can see it. She's blindfolded. She's all dressed up for this party. She's blindfolded. She has no idea where she's going. So you are honestly just being asked to trust. You're being asked to trust yourself, trust in the process, trust in the fact that you are led and guided to the places, people, things that you're supposed to be led and guided to. And so, you don't need to know everything all the time ahead of time, even though I know it feels like it would make life 1,000,000% easier. You're just, I don't know, you've been put on a path, and trust that you're going to be taken exactly where you need to be.
I keep hearing also like, hold on, because this is going to be a bumpy ride, but not in the aspect of this is going to be rough. It's more like, hold on, because this is going to be one hell of a bumpy ride. Like this is going to be fun. So it's like you said, that it feels more like the learning, the growing, that general, that general knowledge seeking is huge. Okay. I'm also feeling like you're going into a career that really has no endings to it, which or no cap. So it's like if it's business, the CEO or the owner would be the cap. If it's, so it feels like it's I don't want to put it on medical, although I tend to. I think it's because I spent so many years as a nurse, but it feels like it's more of that. I can learn to be a nurse, and then I can go on to be a nurse. You know, just keep going and on to doctorate, and then on to more, and then a doctor to this or a doctor to that, and like that knowledge and growth just keeps going and going. But it's not the journey of getting to where you're going, but it is all the individual steps and all that extra growth. So it also feels like you're a person that can't get off like you can't sit on your butt for too long. Like sitting back, it's like, okay, I gave myself 5 minutes. Now I got to get up and go and start something else again because you're just going to get bored. You're just going to get bored.
Yeah, squirrel.
Squirrel. Squirrel. Got 5 degrees. Splitter the end. Everything. So beautiful, beautiful. Okay, hopefully that helped, Miss Haley. Enchantress from YouTube says, what are Nabelle's actions and intentions towards me till January 2022? Hopefully it's not a cat. Sorry.
Are you going to pull a card?
Pull a card.
I'm going to move decks, actually.
Okay. I've been doing the same thing, and I've been pulling them in silence.
I guess I could have just went to the book instead of doing all the shuffling.
It's okay. It's okay. You know what? The station asked a question too. We're going to have to get to it, even though he's not putting it up there. We'll do that one last. How's that sound? He's not getting out of it. We got to scare him.
Well, I'll just go to this one right here.
Okay.
So you actually get the coyote. I moved to the power animal oracle deck, and you have the coyote, which actually says the wise fool. So accept your follies and find teaching in them. And so, it's interesting because right before that, I kind of wanted to turn the question on you and ask you, like, well, what are your intentions with Nabil's actions towards hymns? Like, what are your intentions towards Nabil? And I think that that's a really important question for you to answer. It's not, his intentions are his intentions. What are yours? So you're either going to decide to stay and play, I guess, until January, or but there is just a weird kind of a vibe here for me. I'm not exactly sure on whose part. Maybe it's a little bit of both. But I would really take a look home, maybe a little bit more than I would take a look at Nabil. Does that make sense?
It does to me. It does to me, because I'm also getting that same thing of like when somebody's taking in a lot of information around them, spend that time being observant, using your own abilities to take in all of that, because I think Enchantress knows. I think in her own heart, she knows the answer to these questions. She just has to take a moment to acknowledge that information she's getting in.
Yeah. I mean, so I guess, when with that,
Yeah.
Coyote card and that wise fool, and like learning from ourselves and things that we're thinking, learning from our intentions and that kind of stuff. It's just really important.
Yeah.
So there's a lot for your own personal growth here, regardless of the situation.
I love that. I love that. So hopefully that helped, Enchantress. Okay. Say, what are Apsana intentions towards me? She is far from my place.
So like a long distance relationship, is that what you're meaning? I'm going with there's like physical distance there. That would be my thought.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not getting a whole lot there. I'm just feeling as if
So it's not a relationship.
I was going to say I met her online some weeks ago. Okay. For me, it doesn't feel like it's going very far right now. That explains why the online some weeks ago. It just feels like there is 30-second delay. I don't know if that makes sense.
We having technical difficulties? Is that what you?
No, there is. It just feels as if it just feels as if there is. You know what? I'm not going to say go forward with that. Go forward with the person, but what I'm going to say is just it feels like there's a lot of distance there, and it just feels as if maybe both of you are in two different kind of wavelengths, if that makes sense. So not quite on the same path. How about, I hope that helps. How about we go to the stations question? How's that? Okay.
What was it? Let's do it.
Let's do that. Todd, I want that stations questions. Where is it at, Todd? We is the station heading in the next year. Toot toot. Todd.
So the we, I'm assuming is where, but I actually love how it says we because
we're
we. Yeah. That's one of my favorite things about the station, honestly.
Yeah, I do too. You know what, Todd, not to embarrass you, but I feel like you need to go get some clean whitey tidies because you might be spending some time in them because you're not going to get much of a break. Or boxers or whatever. But it just feels as if you might as well sit back and get comfortable, get yourself a new chair. Because it feels like you know what, it's going to keep rolling. It feels like it's going to expand. And I feel like everything that you offer is going to expand. Okay.
Okay. So I literally just flipped through this book, the Power Animal Oracle deck, and I went to the spot that just got me, and it actually comes up with the cougar. Be bold and take charge. So it actually says, and I'm going to read it to you because I think it's fantastic. You're being called to take a role of leadership, and it's natural for certain fears and considerations to surface, such as, will I be seen as arrogant, bullying, or full of myself? Will others listen to me? Will I be challenged? Well, the truth is, these are all possible. You need to just get over it, rise above all the mind-made fears, and heed the call. Whether you realize it or not, you're a natural leader, and there's no need to diminish the hard-earned skills you learned through life lessons just so you can play it safe. I'm just going to stop and like interpret that a little bit. You're the captain of the ship, and you're totally steering it I think, in the right direction. And, there was probably, from reading this, there was probably a lot of, fear and uncertainty and stuff as far as, which direction to go and what's right and that kind of stuff. And this is actually just saying, like, you're going to know exactly where to steer the ship to at those moments that it's time to take a slight turn or something like that. So I honestly feel that it is a very guided kind of a something. I wouldn't get caught up. Something that really stands out, and I don't even know who would, be doing this, but I know that you've had to relearn a whole lot of things here, in the sense that, like, you're an old school radio guy and you're bringing it into a realm that's new, because it's just what everything is. I'm honestly just going to commend you for that. I mean, I have to. And, like, I would do that anyway, because I know you and I like you, but this really comes from the inside, so this is, like, beyond me just saying, like, damn, dude, you took an uncomfortable step. You took uncomfortable steps. And I just feel like patting you on the back for it, and just know that, that's being acknowledged here today through this message, like your work and your brave new world steps.
I love that. While you were talking, I pulled a card too, and it was daydreams and decisions. Okay. And I think that also goes on everything you were saying, what I got initially, which is that, what I've seen, that because me and Todd have been here since he kind of brought the station back, and it's been awesome. But to watch the growth and to watch everything that he's doing and everything that's branching out, that is encompassing just the WLTK brand, you know what I mean? Whether it's just the radio station and everything else that it comes through. And it feels like everything that you dream of it's going to be at your hands. It's going to be at your touch. But now you have to make a decision of, where do you really want to put your energy? Where do you want? Because it feels like it's going to start to really flourish. It's going to start to grow more. You're going to look back in 5 years and go, holy crap, oh my God, what happened? You know what I mean? And before you know it. So I have a feeling a lot of that growth is going to come, and a lot, kind of keep your voice work, Todd, like much more voice work. So, and much more things of that nature. So hoot toot, let's enjoy the ride.
Absolutely. I'm going to read you these, so these are just words that are associated with this card that I pulled. And it's actually stealth, leadership, focus, and conviction. And I honestly love that. I mean, just so those are things to stealth, leadership, focus, and conviction.
That's why you need whitey tighties. You need the stealth. Nothing to stop you or get in your way.
Or wear boxers, because they're more free. Be free, Todd.
There you go.
Be free.
Something free. I wanted, because I think we have time for at least one more question. And there was one from Laura, Todd. If you could put that up, please. Fabulous. Laura says, I'd like to know where I should focus my spiritual development. If that makes sense. Like, can you tell me where I'm naturally gifted?
What do you love the most? I have like ADD when it comes to everything. And I, stupidly have said a million times, like, I don't want to just be the medium, as if, like, that is like kind of a horrible thought, but I love so many things, so like, it isn't just being a medium. I'm an energy worker through and through. I love energy, frequency, science, brain things, psychic stuff, mediumship, numerology. I love it all. And so in Missy Hart world, you should focus on the things that just make your soul sing, because that's, so it's whatever floats your boat. It's whatever makes you happy, and have the ADD moments and allow yourself to be taken in all of the directions. It's so great. Like with my work, I'm able to take every single thing that I've learned in every single medium and every single whatever and use it.
I love that. She's actually saying like mediumship for dementia patients. And I love when she said that, because in mediumship, so many people put that we are only talking to people that have already passed. myself as a nurse for a lot of years, I spent a lot of time with dementia patients, and it was amazing that if I wanted to speak to my resident or my patient that had dementia, I had to literally connect to their soul to speak with them because the body didn't always speak anymore. But it didn't mean that, the soul kind of steps out a little bit. It says, hey, I'm here, but I don't have to stay. I don't have to stick in here. I don't have to stay in this body. I don't have to feel trapped anymore because the body feels like it's in a sleep state. So definitely do that. But I'm going to also let you know, Laura, it feels like you need to, I'm going to tell you, it feels like if you need to find almost like a teacher, an instructor. I mean, I know I teach, Missy teaches, there's a lot of them out there. So I'm not just saying like shoehorn into one of us. Find somebody that really you resonate with, okay, and go there. But also find one that, is willing to say, okay, let's look outside the box of the different things that are mediumship, okay? I mean, kind of go with that. Because it feels like you've capped yourself is what it feels like. Because I can feel this pressure on my head. It just feels like you've taken the steel cap and you put it on the very top, like a bowl type cap. And like, you've been like, oh my God, like you're trying to do so much, but yet you don't know how to do this. So the abilities are there, they're there, but you've capped yourself. So it feels like I'm trying so hard, but I don't know how to just let go, release, trust, and let the flow go. If that makes sense to you, Laura?
And honestly, like your answer is kind of in your question. Can you tell me where I'm naturally gifted? All of these things are natural. Mediumship is like the most natural thing. It feels supernatural. Like I laugh all the time, like with my students, I'm like, everyone seems to be waiting for this big, like, aha moment. And I'm like, if you actually knew how this works, you'd be like, oh, that's it. Like, that's how I feel, right? Because it's like, I think we're waiting for this big happening or this big to do, but it's honestly so subtle and so natural.
It is. And I like how she said, I need a roadmap. I will tell you what, life is going to be the biggest roadmap there is. I have a saying, I live by spirit. I live by spirit. What does that mean? It doesn't mean that I don't have plans. It doesn't mean I don't have goals. It doesn't mean that I'm not running my whole life. But what it does mean is that I pay also a lot of attention to the information that comes in. I pay attention to, oh my God, I'm getting asked to do a lot of things. I have a lot of things coming up in different states in the near future and possibilities to grow that. And my roadmap wasn't, okay, this is my outside goal. Now, spirit, you figure out, or something better, and spirit, bring it in, So the roadmap is really kind of being kind of like that. If you think about when Columbus first landed, or somebody sailing seas or charting maps of the world for the first time, they're creating those maps as things are popping up. They're making the plan to leave the harbor to chart what this is going to be, but really it's as they go, the map is being corrected. It's being made, it's being developed. Okay, it's not until the end of the journey that they look back and say, oh my God, I've got this amazing map and look at what was created. So it's amazing when you just finally let go, let life happen, and allow information to come in, allow those struggles to just kind of go away and say, you know what, I'm going to fully trust, and I'm going to follow that map and figure out where it's at. But you don't even realize you have a map when you're doing it. So, yeah, be a lot more flexible. Let throw it in the air. Let it see what happens. It's kind of like put a map on the wall and throw a dart at it with no aim. And see what happens. But I'm also going to tell you, Laura, when you're completely ready, the teacher will show themselves. You know what? And I will tell you right now, I can go back. It's been 5 years, Missy, that we met. 5 years, 5 years.
It's shocking to me that it's been that long.
5 years. And I'll tell you what, me and Missy we both shared our stories. They're awesome. But I'll never forget when I showed up that week for our certification. I thought, what the hell am I doing here? This amazing teacher. I still love Lisa. I mean, I still work for Lisa, So that is huge. But I can also remember within that huge class, there was Missy looking at me going, oh my God, just let go. Just, just, so it was kind of like I had this amazing teacher telling me all this. And within that, I needed something else. And Spirit gave me a teacher for 15 minutes, when you were supposed to do a reading for me. Instead, it was you teaching me to go, just let go. Don't worry. Know that that's going to be there. It's always going to be there. Whether it's a big name, a small name, or small, people throughout your life. People, you go to a cafe, you go to get coffee. You never know where that extra sense of teaching is going to give you.
Truth. And just have fun with it, Laura. That my best, have fun with it. Have fun with the journey. We are led to where we're supposed to be. The Alzheimer's stuff, I have got my own bodies of work with that. It's incredible. I mean, it's an exciting, shoot, we should talk about that one day.
Oh, we will.
It's incredible. I mean, I've got an entire body of work on that it is one of the most incredible things to me, actually. It is, like the Alzheimer's stuff.
Lisa Williams, Laura. Lisa Williams. You can Google her. Yeah, 110%. We you know what? I've already got your book through to the beginning of the year. So
yeah. We're gonna do all this fun stuff.
We are gonna do this regularly, guys. I mean, like not every week, but regularly, a lot more that often than we have. Missy and me love to come on and do this. We just kind of we go together like peanut butter and jelly. You know what I mean? Or my
PB&J. Oh, speaking of some PB&J,
okay.
November 14th.
Okay, what's November 14th?
Were you aware that we changed the date of the were you aware that we changed the date for the mediumship thing, DeEtte?
I'm cool.
Okay, well, here you go. So no,
last week. I've been down under the weather.
I know, dang it, sorry.
I'm not doing it in October anymore?
No, November 14th. It's a Sunday.
Oh,
sorry.
Have fun.
Okay. So Sunday, November 14th, we are going to be doing a mediumship gallery, all done online. Events are going to be out there pretty soon. So I just wanted to throw this out there. This is a ticketed event, and we're going to be joined by Pete. So there's going to be 3 mediums.
2.
Why?
I won't be there. I'm driving. I will be.
Oh, well, we'll figure it out. Anyway, be on the lookout, people, for an event coming up really soon. A ticketed event with 3 great mediums.
I don't know what.
We're going to have a lot of fun. And I just wanted people to know, like, it's coming up.
Guys, 110% in spirit. I'll even put it on as I'm driving back and say, hey, if I will do, you know what? I will join. And I'll be on the scene driving from West Virginia to Wisconsin. How's that sound?
Girl, pull over. It's 2 hours.
Oh, I'm doing a live shoot for Ghost Finders or with Ghost Finders the day before until 3 in the morning.
Have you done those yet? Live shoots?
I have not. I've done some paranormal work, not much. But yeah, Rob Thompson and the Ghost Finder team asked me if I would like to join them for a shoot for one of the series.
Fun.
So November 13th is actually the day of the shoot. It's in West Virginia, someplace. I'm not privy to any information because I don't want to know where we're going to be because I don't want to know anything ahead of time. So literally that'll be getting done at 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning. I will wake up the next morning, have some late brunch breakfast, and I'm driving 8.5 hours home. So what I can do is I will put my phone up there and do it. I can do it while I'm driving.
I think we'll just all talk and rearrange.
I'm
not doing it without you.
That's so you
feel like I shouldn't have said it.
That's okay. It's a good thing you said it. So I'd been hanging out on the 30th going, where the hell is everybody? Talking to the dead by myself. But either way, I love it. We will figure it all out. Don't worry. Everything's happening for a reason. It's perfect. But how can everybody find you?
All right, guys, you can find me just by heading over to missyhart.com. Super easy. I am on Facebook as well. Just look up Missy Hart Intuitive Medium. This was a lot of fun, DeEtte. Thank you so much for having me.
Let's do it again and again and again. I love having you on. Is your show coming back? Are you still revamping?
I am revamping.
That works.
Still, but it is coming back. It is coming back, I think, on the 20th. We are scheduled to come back. But I am actually going to probably have another podcast that is centered more around my work.
I love it. I love it. I've been honestly telling everybody, like Missy's Hearts, they're coming back. Missy and Nicole, they're coming back. I don't know when, but they're coming back.
We
I'm
are
like, going, come on,
We're
ladies,
coming back.
come
It's going to be a new show.
I love it. I love it. I'm so excited for that. You don't even know. So, and everybody, you can find me. We went over a couple minutes. Oh, well. You can find me at DeEtteRanae.com. No issues there. It's easy. It's a brand new website. Go have fun. Look at it. I love my new website. Oh, my God. It's actually a good website. It's a phenomenal website. So I'm telling everybody, go and check it out. You're going to love it as much as I do. If you want a personal reading with me, though, I will be in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee area at the 4 Point Sheridan next Sunday from 10 until 5, doing one-on-one face-to-face readings. But this has been DeEtte Ranae here with Miss Missy Hart. We will do this again and again. I thank you so much for coming on. School Through Spirit, WLTK-DB.
Bye.